start recording.
Okay.
All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Some of it expires.
What?
Well, that's what I put there.
What expired? Oh, our our vacation time.
Yeah, that's. I was asking about that compared to Russia. Russia, you're expected. Basically, you're going to take 2 months off.
2 months.
2 months.
In a block?
So
really?
What the fuck do you do? How do you eat?
It's paid,
okay,
right?
okay.
What? They don't get paid much anyway, so.
Well, you get paid in like fucking Monopoly money, right?
Most people do. There's a couple of people that don't. And
those people don't live in
rule
Russia
the whole
anymore.
country. Yeah, so there's a couple of things on that seemed like incredibly progressive for Russia, right? So it turns out, number one, they have tons of holidays, okay? And it ain't like here, where your company doesn't have to give you those off.
Well, they don't have to here either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They just have to pay you more.
No. It's not like here. You take those off. You get those holidays off.
So you don't go to work those days.
That is correct.
Right.
If you do, okay, here's the thing: is they have
You get beaten in the streets.
It's not really an unfair guess. No, actually, it's actually quite the opposite. What it is is, if your company needs you to work on those days, number one, they can't make you. Okay.
Do they pay you in oil or?
No. So here's the thing: they can't force you. You can volunteer, right? But if they force you, you get to sue the government.
Wait, what if you work on like an oil field?
They can't force you.
But suing the government, if you lose, do you get a bullet in the side of the
Well,
head?
basically, it's not the government. You sue the company, but the government basically sues on your behalf. There's like a labor board that goes fucking nuts on this.
Are these remnants of communism?
Dude, I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
It seems so like remarkably progressive for a place that like tramples on
everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was strange. And yeah, so that's where I was hearing like you're going to get about 2 months off. A lot of holidays are like drinking holidays.
Okay.
And so they
Vodka day.
Well, yeah, that's not the name of the holiday. I mean, in
Yeah,
practice.
exactly.
We have
drained hydraulic fluid from tank. Yes.
We have one of those a month, actually, of vodka day.
Yeah, well, the expectation is like, so in comparison, like here to the States, like even if you have a drinking holiday, right?
St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly, right? That's not necessarily a day off, right?
Yeah, it actually isn't even a day off.
It's
yeah.
not a day
it's
off, and you're expected to be at work the next day.
Yeah.
Right? They give
Which
these...
sucks when it's on a Tuesday, but whatever.
Right. They give these in blocks because they're expecting you to be drunk and not coming back.
Why they want to move the
What
Super
about
Bowl
like
until President's
gas
Day.
needs to get to power plant? No, not their problem.
So you can work. They can't force you to.
So,
But you're not getting that job unless you're willing to work those days.
No. They can't... Again, this is something like they can't use it against you. If you can demonstrate, right? If you can demonstrate that they forced you to work that day, it's their ass.
Well, what if they haven't forced you to work yet? You're hiring them and saying,
Hey,
you
man,
understand
yeah.
that...
You need to be here the day
It's
after St.
not
Patrick's
like
Day.
that. It's just not like... Will, this is the thing that...
So what the
There's-
fuck does
yeah,
the
there's
city
no
do? I
way.
mean, they're just like, oh, okay, yesterday was drinking holiday, so nobody gets fucking power today.
Dude,
Yeah, I need to see some more details here. 'cause
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
These
that
are...
is a lot of jobs that...
These are...
It's like, sorry.
No
like,
police?
Right, yeah, exactly. So
there
this
may
is
be...
like,
Or they just do
like,
it for fun because they're going to
police, I don't
beat
know. Yeah,
people.
that-
This is like free beating day.
yeah, exactly. Do they have their own, like, purge day?
Every holiday is...
That's a great question. I didn't ask specifically about like police or firefighters. That'd be kind of like, well, you're on your own.
The military We're invading Russia
Well, that's a
on
great,
drinking day.
yeah, we should bomb them that day. Yeah,
And I think what was insinuated was like places like that. I guess they incentivize you pretty hard to work on holidays. For example, like they don't really do Christmas, but they do New Year's hard, right? Okay. So, and it's going to be like weeks, right? But, and this is the thing. I was like, well, so everybody's off. I'm like, what about like movie theaters and stuff? She's like, anything in the entertainment area, they do that because they make 20% of their yearly stuff in New Year's. So it sounds like what
so
they do.
You want to be there.
So it sounds like
okay. See, that's what he was looking for.
You're getting
incentive.
incentivized.
Okay,
So, yes,
yeah. There's
I get
plenty
paid
of
triple on Purge Day. Yeah.
But they can't make you be there.
Right, but yeah, you pay me enough.
Unless they shoot you.
Not the companies, the government maybe, but not the companies.
Right, yeah.
all right. Money speaks. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're still everybody like on average gets like 2 months off.
Fucking goddamn it! I love America.
Well, we're the only country probably that has a majority of their employees like waste their vacation days. Like they at the end of the year they haven't used all that they
Sell
could.
them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just let it go. Like
Well, yeah, it doesn't roll over. So
so you just let it go.
I've seen some places basically like call you in like a couple weeks before that happens, and they're like, "So when do you want to take these?" Because they're either gone by here or you start taking days off.
You're not saying this is a better system that they have.
I think there's parts worth stealing. Again, it's the buffet, right? Take good ideas, right? Snatch a little bit of good stuff from everyone.
You gotta put like a steak underneath a chocolate fountain once a year.
What?
Well, the whole thing where it's like, okay, so there's parts of this that are worth stealing.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it means the lights are off in your town in a day,
I didn't get the sense that the lights were off in the town.
Okay,
again, it sounds like they incentivize people enough to get people to go.
It should be
volunteer.
It should be mandatory that everybody that works gets 2 months off, and you have to take it. You can't let it burn off. You can't. It's no longer an option to you. You have to take the time off to recharge.
It's a good question. Well, I go rounds with this one. I know that sometimes my longer breaks were long enough for me to realize I didn't want this job anymore.
Well, maybe not 2 months straight, but throughout the year. 'Cause, I mean, yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
2 months straight and then a 10-month straight
where you just
block
atrophy. He's like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna go play Diablo.
There's just, like when you're like,
This is gonna be my career.
yeah, when you're like toughing through a job and you don't know it, and you go somewhere for like a week, and you actually left your fucking like bug shell crumble, and you be a human being again, and you coming back on the next day after a week, and you're not crusted over anymore. That first day back, you're like, oh, I don't like being here. It's only because,
but if all your coworkers had 2 months off too, that would be a perpetual thing. It's like, oh fuck, fucking, like Power Factory is still running, but I don't want to be here.
I mean, they'd probably
But
have
then
to
the
hire another
town has
employee
like no
just to,
fucking power.
would be the problem. Yeah. Again, it's certain like expectations that life is different. And again, it's the same thing.
Sounds like it involves a lot more alcohol.
Like that's well documented. Yeah, that is just
It's like, well, I'll keep myself warm with vodka.
right. And it's remember, they don't have the same attitudes towards I don't know, like paying for television,
Right, yeah, I can just like nab it off my neighbor.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Same thing with power.
Yeah.
And if it goes out, that's okay. I bury meat in the backyard rather than in my freezer.
Yeah. Now, I understand it's not like that in all the cities, but that being said, there's something to be said about that. And again, I don't know. It's a weird thing for me to say 2 months. I don't know, man. That almost...
Throughout the year,
Would I have a problem with it? No. But, I mean...
You're thinking 2 months straight.
Yeah, 2 months straight is too much. But if you spread it out throughout the year, a week here, a week there...
Right.
Little time here or there, that's no big deal. But, yeah, it's not like you just go completely off grid for 2 months. And just suck down whatever your neighbors are doing because they're not on there 2 months.
Right.
No, one of the guys had a paternity leave, and he was gone for like 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
And
he just beats up the rest of you.
And he came back, and he was just like, I don't even remember how to do my job. Like, my brain is straight up atrophied. He's like, where do I go? Hey, treat me like a new guy, because I just need the quick walkthrough.
Yeah. And that's I mean, they've always argued against summer vacation for kids for just that specific reason. But I don't know.
You don't forget that much math.
No, it takes you just having the book flip through the pages again, and you're like, okay, I'm back.
I remember how to do fractions.
Yeah. You remember how to do fractions, and yes, one day everybody has to get called on someday when your math teacher asks you. It's like, all right, so
flip, yeah.
Well, no. He asks you to do something, and you say, I don't know how to solve that, and the answer is always, you don't know how to do this? You were supposed to do this last year. Right? Everybody has to get called out on that.
Yeah, but see, I'll get through that like 2 months into the semester.
Oh, yeah.
A week or two.
Yeah, maybe a week or two. Yeah.
You have to let math teachers say that. That's part of the job.
Right, yeah. Otherwise, they go to better districts.
That's correct. Because they presume
fuck this place.
Exactly.
I have a degree in calculus.
They presume, like them, from the age of 5, that math is your job.
That you did every day during summer.
Yeah.
Teachers. I don't think teachers expect that anymore.
No, they don't.
Like they don't even try. They do their best to make sure kids don't have homework over the weekends.
They try and figure out where all the kids are early on, and then adjust.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would, but I know I don't use all my time off.
Yeah.
So, because. Well, I know that if I ever do get laid off, they pay you for it. So
exactly.
I want to keep that stockpile
of
the max there in case I get laid off.
Yep. I got like 6 months of fucking sick time now. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they have to pay it out to me if they lay me off. So
we don't get sick time.
Yeah, that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Used to be like you got like PTO, paid time off, but I'm still like delineated between like vacay time and sick time. Yeah. Like I have to get fucking cancer or something in order to burn through my sick time now. So
and I don't know, since you get to work from home now, I think a lot of it is like
correct.
Yeah, I'm sick, but I can click some buttons here.
Yeah, I'll just put this on my time card.
If I had to go to the office, I wouldn't have gone today, but...
I get the rest of you fuckers sick.
Here, I can just kind of do a Teams chat and say, yo, under weather. Yeah. And they'll see. And
I'll come in, but I'll lick all the doorknobs.
I'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's not a high-ticket load day.
Yeah, I'll be here, but you guys are going to pay.
Yeah, so...
I got to...
God, when COVID was strong and we had to go into the office, it was like, I'm feeling like, and you could just like write C, and like they're like, stay away, take the week, work from home.
That's happening again right now.
Is it?
So I don't know about your workplace, but mine is like all like, oh my God, there's so much COVID going around, blah blah blah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
We all work from home now, so.
Yeah, okay, not a problem.
Nobody's
You're isolated and contained.
But the kids, I guess, if it's going around, then I don't know.
Oh, I don't know about the public schools. So
it'll go around with them, and they won't get sick again.
One of the kids had it.
You just have to get a couple teachers sick, man, and it just like starts that snowball again.
It does.
They're not getting them home.
It's not the. So I had to do. This was actually part of that boring research project that I was doing. Was I was looking at homeschooling. Homeschooling shot through the roof after COVID.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
And when I say shot through the roof, it literally doubled in terms of how many parents are doing that. So I guess
it's easier.
Well,
once you've gotten in the groove of it because you had to with COVID, yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily a that's just easier thing. It's also the inefficiencies of when they were doing homeschooling, like everybody looking in on those Zoom calls and stuff. They're like, this sucks. And again, it's like we talked about. It's lame.
Yeah, it's totally lame.
People weren't doing shit.
They're still not.
Academically suffered for it, and I can cover with my son in 30 minutes what it takes 3 hours to do.
Yeah.
So, and I guess this was also the same part of this was they didn't, oddly enough, they did not show significant social interaction problems as a result. I thought that would be it. They don't.
No.
As a matter of fact, adults who were homeschooled tend to have higher rates of volunteerism and like community service and activism, like charity stuff.
That makes total sense because they're not getting it in class.
Well, no, this as adults.
Mm-hmm. So you go through a program as a kid where you're doing quote unquote discussion boards, which are really response boards.
Wait, what are you talking about? This is something different.
So,
well, what are you talking about in terms of social interaction?
He says homeschool kids, not the COVID time, but the
afterwards.
People that were homeschooled in the past.
Yeah.
Grow up to do more volunteering.
Oh, absolutely. I totally buy
all that stuff.
Yeah, I totally buy that.
Yeah, and their academics performance is higher, except in math, where it's still higher, but not as much.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just parents don't know math as well.
Oh, fair.
Well, they don't.
How am I going to teach calculus if I didn't pass calculus?
You have to learn it. Yes,
right.
That's correct.
So I guess my point on that was like I would totally expect individuals who went through a completely sterilized online environment to actually engage with their communities more so afterwards.
But that's an online environment. This is a homeschooled environment.
What's the difference?
Oh, you're not with
Dad's teaching me. Online is you're taking online courses.
What's the difference?
There's just we are having complete interaction versus online where you're doing it with teachers who's teaching a class and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I thought they were just raiding your shed.
No, homeschool is like parents are doing all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that, but don't you have to run it through the district or something like that?
Oh, okay. You're not part of a district.
Separate?
You're just straight up homeschool.
Yeah, I didn't.
They have stuff like that. They do. They have.
I thought you still had to run through like some kind of like.
No, you can just yank your kids and say, "I'm homeschooling my kids," and
yeah, I get that, but don't you have to like get to a GED or something?
Well, yeah, that's what. You
okay.
Get to, but
we're like you eventually have to go through a buzzsaw where it's like this is what we expect you to know,
just to get your diploma.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay. So you're responsible for basically like whatever that same year's curriculum crap is.
Sure.
That's what you're supposed to be teaching from.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So as a parent, you pick up on that stuff, and on top of that, you're supposed to be sending your kids for standardized testing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's irrelevant, but yeah.
Well, no, but that's when they're actually supposed to be at the school. Is that because I had students like this where they weren't my students, but they would be. It's like, who are these kids? It's like they're homeschools. And they
so
would
they have to take that test or whatever. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I guess
that's what I was thinking about online, where eventually you have to actually align with some kind of curriculum standard somewhere.
You still do with homeschooling.
Yeah, right.
But it's a little bit looser too because you have room for because there are some people who they're very religious. And
that's fine.
That's going to be part of their curriculum. Got it. But there's also, they said, like...
But a GED is still a GED.
Correct.
At a certain level. Yeah, right. That's what I thought.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a high school in our district that the neighbor girls go to that once they graduate high school, they're doing college courses and stuff, and they graduate high school with an associate's degree.
Yeah. That's
really
pretty common.
And you don't have to pay anything extra.
Yeah, that's pretty common now.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of community college programs and things like that have actually pushed themselves down in the high school curriculum using, like whatever accreditation standards that community college is associated with, and so you can accumulate some college credit while you go through a high school program.
Oh, that's the first I heard.
It's like stupidly common. Oh man, like shit, like 10 years ago when I was teaching at college, I used to have like students who were going to TCA or stuff like that who were actually earning like college credit while they were in their last 2 years of high school.
Yeah, it's something like I was like, you get an associate, and they're like, yeah, you don't. It's part of the public school. It
is totally is.
What?
Yep, totally is.
So I don't know if I can get William talked into it or not, but
hey man, if you're trying to save money, don't worry about it. Because like the problem is like a lot of those associate degrees that come out of the community college or the high school system, they don't plug easily into like higher level degrees.
Really?
So yeah,
they don't cover like your base.
They do to a point, but like and I deal with this shit all the time, where we have students coming in and they've spent 2 years in the high school community college system and stuff like that, but they want to be accountants, okay? But our accounting program starts when you're a freshman, okay? And the high school doesn't teach basic accounting, okay?
But it would take care of like your basic English.
It would, but that only gives you like 6 months to maybe a year ahead. Okay, because when it comes down to it, you still are, in freshman or sophomore status when you actually start your actual program. Like the thing that I see it most with people who are going to engineering or any kind of quantitative or scientific degree.
That's going to be 4 years, whether
totally,
you like it or not.
Yes. And so you got to take that basic biology 101 kind of thing, and your high school might have taught you biology, AP biology. Okay, great. You knocked out your first credit in your first year of freshman class. Okay, but if I come in with an associate's degree and I've got like 36 credits, and all these other things, okay, great. That knocks out like 10, 12 of your
electives,
whatever. The core, but they're all soaked up now. So the problem is that you need to take Biochem 1 before you can take Biochem 2, before you can take Organic Chem. And so you're still stuck there for 4 years. I see this all the time, And so if you've got a really general degree, if you just want to get a general business degree or a general liberal arts degree, fine, that's great. But if you want to become a veterinarian, this is a fucking problem. This is a fucking problem. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so you have all these credits that you bring to it that are useless because they're not part of your program. It's like, oh, I took AP American Lit. It's like, great. You get 3
credits.
You get that. Well, you get 3 electives, and you just burn 2 of them. Okay, so the next semester you're taking classes. You're taking 3 core classes. But you need 4 in order to make financial aid.
Right, that's
but you don't get it, man. And so
unless you're going to go for a minor
or whatever, yeah. And so it's great for people who don't know what they want to do. But if you know what you want to do, engage with the downline school as early as freaking possible. So, and this is the thing that I see with students who are homeschooled and stuff like that. Is like, well, you're trying to get in a nursing program, but you have no AP Chem, you have no AP Biology,
You're starting from scratch.
You're starting from scratch. And so, I did all this stuff. And I was like, that's awesome. You're just going to have to do it again.
It might help you get into the school you want.
Absolutely. It'll totally help you get into the school, but you got to...
You're still going to spend 4 years.
So you're not saving nickels and dimes here because you're stepping over dollars to get to pennies. So, yeah.
Well, at least on the cool side with that is like a class in that kind of capacity. It's like, hey, you know what? You did take this before, and these are hard classes.
Yes.
Right? So good on you, because you should actually wreck this thing.
Yep.
When these are historically ones that people can wash out on, or...
Oh, yeah.
There was... I remember the nursing program, I think...
Biochem.
I think it was always that biochem. And microbiology.
Organic chemistry.
Organic chemistry. Yeah. There was always like a washout class, and I think
same thing with statistics.
Yeah.
What's the class for statistics?
Well, biostats. So if you can't do the math,
what's a biostat?
It's a normal stat, just using like fucking bio independent and dependent variables. It's just statistics. It's the same thing. So.
Was I wrong in thinking the bio prefix was going to have something...
No.
Human body.
It's the same.
Yeah. Number of cells
it's the same math, bro.
that get demolished with this infection will lead to this.
But a lot of like nursing programs, and if you're going to go take the MCAP or something like that, there's always a biostatistics class that's, prefaced with all that stuff. Yeah.
I had the MCAT book. That was a very big
Did you?
book.
Yeah, it was a little chunky.
It was a very big book.
Help me out here. Which one's the MCAT?
That's if you want to go to medical school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never crossed
it's
that
a
bridge.
bit chunky.
I bought it because I was curious, and then I went, 8 more years after this?
And 4 years of residency. Yeah.
Minimum.
So, but then after that...
Then you're good.
Mint.
Well, then you got to pay back all...
Well, that's fine, though, if you're actually, doing cosmetic surgery.
Right. Not just being an ER doc.
Right, yeah.
Damn, that does not pay well.
Did I talk to you guys about that? About, again, this was sort of like AI bias when it came to, like, doctors. Okay, this was something... I thought I talked to you guys about this because this was something that came up in work that I was doing, right? Where the whole thing was... it was about comparing, like, daily life and debt and all this other stuff, right?
Debt?
Yes, this definitely comes in, right? This is the shit. Okay, so it was... Basically, it was comparing... life and stress and that kind of thing, financial stress, everything like this for the average, I don't want to say civilian, but basically outside of the doctor's position.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, within this, within like the AI structure and the way that it's been programmed and what it reads from, right? It is so fucking doctor happy that it will make like no concessions, right? Well, let me say it this way. It does everything that it can to undo any benefits a doctor might have, right? To basically downplay all these things. So here's the thing: is
why is that?
It's going to come from the bias of the people that it's sampling.
So it's saying doctors are happy?
No.
It's saying like there's like top 5 doctors in a particular field. Okay, all right.
Nope. What it does here is. All right, so what it automatically does is it vaults like doctor positions to like the top echelon of jobs in society. I'm like, all right, well, this is
sure.
All right, you can make an argument for it, but there's nothing that I can say like, all right, there's no metric that I can put on this for sure that says that you should be here, right? Because it's subjective in some ways.
Well, I mean, the MCAT is part of that.
Well, your work-life balance is terrible.
This is what we're talking about, right?
Wait. I mean,
for quality, yeah, quality of jobs to have. So it's saying...
Oh, I thought you were talking about quality of care.
Yeah, no. It elevated the doctor to being like the best job.
Well, not the best job, but like...
Best class job?
Most important.
Okay.
The person who you can actually draw the most juiciest information from.
No, it's just quality of job.
No.
So this isn't like hey man, what like my, I've got these symptoms and I'm gonna punch these things in and it'll draw from the top 10 people in that field.
No, it's comparing job to
these are just jobs. Okay,
right?
Got it.
This is basically comparing the
like
life
doctor or lawyer or
or school teacher or
policeman. All right. Sorry,
how far down is school teacher?
I didn't even bother.
No, sorry. I thought you were talking about like who do you get the best quality information from. So
no,
okay.
It's nothing like that. No, what I'm saying here is that the bias that's come from people who've been working on these projects in terms of basically canonizing the medical profession and doctors in there is ridiculous, right? Because that's where I'm saying what it would do is I was like, all right, so let's look at this per scale, right? I'm like, all right, if you're going to look at a person's income versus their debt, that kind of thing, right? Or free time or whatever that is, right? Well, what happened is every time that you put those comparisons out, if there was something that the doctor had, like say, for example, a salary increase, right? It wouldn't just say that a doctor makes this much more than the average person. It would say, on average, doctors will make more than this. However, doctors are expected to pay for, these years. It's like, that's not what I'm asking you, right? I'm asking you to compare salaries. And what it would do is it would always qualify a doctor's benefits by saying, yeah, but still, they have this going on. It's like, okay, what about if you compare stress levels or whatever, right? It would always be like, even if, like, because there are professions, like, technically, you and I won't say we worked, but the sheet said that we put in 91 hours a week.
Oh, right.
That's actually more than a doctor, right? Who typically do 80 hours a week. Was I working? No. But the sheet says I was.
Sure.
In the same regard, like, look, I'm not comparing those two things, but hours for hours, right? If you compared those two things, it would then say, yes, but a doctor is expected to be on call, is expected, like, here's the thing.
What are you trying to determine here? What's the best job, or?
It's just saying that there's always a
caveat
to a doctor's position.
It would never state, it would never give a flat advantage. It would never say that, oh yes, doctors get paid more, right? It would never take that as just a straight advantage. It would always stipulate it with, yes, but still, they have to pay for these.
Do that with like lawyers and...
No.
Just doctors.
Just doctors.
Wait a minute, what are you asking? What's the query here? What's the best job?
What would you ask? You're just asking. You would just ask like the AI what job presents the highest salary.
When not when you're comparing jobs against another.
So how would you ask the AI?
You would talk about like
of these 5 professions, which job pays the highest?
Which one should you do? Or
it's not necessarily what should you do. You're asking it to compare them. You're asking them to compare the highs and lows of this, right? And there was no version of this where it would paint it out like a doctor's job was something that was good.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean that because, I mean, it would. It is saying that
it's good. Could be for certain people, yeah.
Well, no, what it's doing is when I say good, I mean in terms of like, you and I used to talk about that axis of effort to pay, right? And if you're doing something that, is further along this way, it's going to take more effort to get more pay, then per hour, you're going to be doing better somewhere here in the middle, right? Where it's like, yes, I'm not... So, like, call center sucks. That is, like, you're there 8 hours, you're working 8 hours.
Yeah, right? But the effort to pay might be actually comparable with somebody who has to work 90 hours a week to get made, like, that much more money.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, so I work in a call center. I make $50,000 a year. I do a flat 40. Okay.
I don't care about my job once I
don't care about my job. I get to go home and punch out and give the fuck. I don't have to worry about it till the next day. Whereas if I'm an on-call, like, surgeon in an ER, okay, I have to put in 90 hours a week, but I get
paid
a lot more. Well, it's not just paid, but I also get to save lives. So I'm not just like saving people money on their car insurance.
But that's not right. No, I see what you're saying there.
Okay,
right?
Right.
But that's not like when you're comparing salaries. Like if you would, the things that you're comparing against it are like time off. You're comparing it like with time off. You're talking about the intangible part. It would stipulate on. It's like you can't measure the value of saving lives, right? It's like that's entirely subjective. Some people it's very important. Like, okay, I got it. That makes perfect sense. But it's just that, like, say for example, if you asked it to consider, like, take that call center person, right? What we don't know is we don't know how much debt that person has, right? It would never take into account the stress levels that a person might have with the debt that they have, but it would always bring it up when a doctor comes involved and basically saying, like, but they always have this, right? It would always do the stipulation in there to make them sound like their life is more difficult, like it was more, I don't want to say noble, but always more put upon. It was always more.
They do make this much but
right? But keep in mind that they were in school for this long. It's like that's not the question I'm asking.
And they wouldn't do that for lawyers too. Huh?
Wouldn't do that for lawyers. Well, look, remember it. You got to remember, like in like in California, you don't have to go to law school to take the bar.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, that's true of a lot of states. So.
Oh, did you hear the? I watched Fox, so they had some gal was on there asking Alexa.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Alexa about what?
She's like, Alexa, can you give me some reasons that I should vote for Donald Trump? And it goes, oh, we don't give information on to support one way or another. And then it said, and then she asked about Kamala Harris, and it goes,
because don't you love democracy?
She is this, and she's broken the barriers of women's and this, and she's done this and this, and then they're like, oh, it was just a glitch in the programming. It's like,
no, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not a glitch. You got busted.
No, it's all based upon the sample set in which they actually construct that data. So,
well, for it to be that extreme, no, they literally had to go in there and say,
right, they can design the parameters.
Yeah, they didn't even let AI take over because AI would have given some answers.
Well,
that was
to a point. I mean, there's like certain programs out there that you can tell they're nerfed. So,
but that's somebody going in and changing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's not letting AI learn from pulling information.
No, it's like I can't believe anything that Google tells me anymore, man. I mean, I feel like a sock puppet. It's getting. So every time I pull up my news feed now, it's like, let's see what Kamala Harris did great today. Let's see how bad Donald Trump is.
Do you think the poll numbers are right? Or they're just because like they have them like neck and neck in all these states, and I'm like,
I think those are probably right.
Really?
Yeah, just based upon like, some of the just sampling sizes more so than anything else. But here's the problem with the polls. A lot of people are self-opting in the polls. Okay, so you get a text. If you're like really invested in it, you're gonna respond to that poll because you want to like support your guy or your girl, whatever. Okay. I can send out 10 texts, say, hey, respond to my poll. I get 3 people. These 3 people have all voted in the last 4 elections. Okay? And then there's a whole bunch of people that haven't voted in the last couple elections. They're not going to respond to my fucking poll. I'm going to be like, fuck you. I'm going to take it over to my, I'm going to fill out my ballot, mail it in. I'm going to show up at the polls that day. Your opinion is not my business. So, and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'm like, it can't be this close.
It's probably that close in some of the battleground states, but here's the thing: is like she's gotta basically like run 7 of them, 7 of like
the battleground states.
Yeah, if she loses one, she's done so.
Yeah, I've seen like sort of contradictory stuff. So like the
poll numbers.
The poll numbers are starting to show gaps. So it's starting to like there has been some flipping, and again, this is sort of odd, but the stuff we've been looking at on the states because basically if you just pull like news headlines from shit agencies like ABC and stuff like this, what they'll tell you is Harris is up by 5.
Yeah.
Right? No, those are
wrong. Well, she is. On what they're presenting is basically like the national, right? The popular.
Well, they break it down to the states.
No. Here's the thing: is that when they're putting out that headline, okay, they're doing that based off the popular vote. Well, she's always going to win the popular vote.
She's going to win the popular vote.
She's always is. Yeah. But when you go down to the individual numbers, okay, you're starting to see ones and twos and 2.5s breaking off for Trump, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's honestly, it looks like it's going to get much worse. The DNC honeymoon is over.
All right.
And the thing, if this is not effective for me, okay? So I guess the sit-down interviews that Trump's been doing, with Lex Friedman, that was the name I was looking for.
Yeah, I watched that.
I didn't give a shit. I don't care. This is the same stuff. But I guess for other people, him talking is making a difference.
Sure. Well, because she doesn't talk at all.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the whole thing where she's been bugging ABC, because their debate happens in a couple of days here. She's been begging ABC to change the rules and let her fucking talk over the thing so she can do that I'm speaking shit. Donald Trump's the only guy that would actually, that wouldn't work on him. Right. Because that's when she'd say, I'm speaking, and he'd say, no, words are coming out of your mouth, but it doesn't mean you're saying anything, right? Now, other people, when she did that to Pence, right, that last time around, that dude clammed up and was like, oh my God, I've insulted a female's honor, right? And he just, backed up. It's no, you call her a bitch, you tell her to shut up, okay? Because here's the thing, she has nothing to say. It's every time that she's gone off script, in her
it's bad.
It's terrible. Bad. She sounds like she's fucking crocked.
Oh yeah.
Well, there are suspicions that she is.
I don't think she's crocked, but I just don't think she has anything meaningful to say. So
because she's not allowed to say the things she really wants to say.
Well, she can say whatever the fuck she wants.
She said, I don't want to do fracking. She can't say
that.
No, I get that, but nobody in the DNC is actually going to turn around and say, well, you got to say this, you can't say that, because they're all lined up behind her. And so the thing is that, it's an empty bowl. She's got nothing actually, really meaningful to add to the discussion. So,
No, and you can't avoid the press by having your earbuds in.
She can, as long as they let her do it.
Yeah, if they
let her do it, it'll be fine. But so many people are just seeing through that now, man.
Yes.
It's just
if you do it every time.
Yes, exactly. And it's okay, so your little I'm sorry, it's a little girl, press conference that you had.
Yeah.
And I am going to give Dana Bash some credit for actually pinging her on a couple things.
She did.
Yeah. She tried, but she had to do it within her own confines of her employer, and I get that. You know your bread is buttered. So that's totally fine.
She asked the question.
She asked it three times.
She just didn't.
She asked it 3 times, and you didn't get an answer 3 times. So there you go. All right, so put that out there.
Well, that's your answer. Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why they dogged her so much, because I was like, she actually asked the questions. She just was willing to walk away.
Look, man, I don't expect her to be Gretchen Whitchen or whatever, Whitmer, and go after her and blah, blah, blah. Or no.
No, that's the Michigan.
No. I'm talking about the other one, Sustern, on Fox News.
Yeah, Greta Van Sustern.
Yeah, just absolutely go after her. I don't expect that. And if I was in charge of her campaign, I wouldn't put her in front of her either.
No.
But still, at the same point in time, you can only play Calvin ball for so long before people realize, hey, man, there's no rules here, and you're not actually, letting us play with the ball. So there you go. I watched a lot of mainstream shit, but I also watched some, Strategio Politico guys who are just actually none of this is working, and
they can't stretch this out.
No, exactly.
It's long.
It's not enough saran wrap and it's too much butter.
My understanding is that basically internal polling looks bad. And we talked about this.
Still suspicious about internal polling. Because if internal polling was good or bad, either way, it would be out in not internal polling.
Well, this is release it.
This is the thing. Yeah.
So I'm very suspicious about that. It might be internal, focus groups. They wouldn't want to release that information. But if you actually had a poll that actually showed her up like 6 points in Wisconsin, the DNC would totally pump that out. And the same thing is true with Trump. If Trump showed up as being 2 points ahead in Pennsylvania, they would totally pump that shit out tomorrow, and you would see all of it. So they're like,
from their side? Well, no.
Both of them, man. I mean, if you had good points one way or the other, they would totally put that out there.
ABC wouldn't put it.
Well, I don't give a fuck about ABC.
But, all the main...
It would if Trump was showing up in an internal poll and he was 3 points up in Pennsylvania, there is absolutely 0% chance that wouldn't get leaked to Fox. So, yeah.
Oh, from his internals. Okay, but
whatever. Even hers, if she was showing like being up 6% in Michigan, that would show up in like one of her channels.
It would definitely be released with the number of outlets.
So I think internal polling is a canard. So it's like, oh, we want this to be true. So we have internal polling that shows this. I don't buy it.
Well, no, that's the thing is they're saying it's bad.
Well, okay, fine. So then you would actually hide that a little bit, but I don't actually think there's any internal polling going on that goes beyond focus groups. So because it's testable. So you can have an internal poll that says this. You can have an independent agency that does the same poll. They would actually release that. So,
well, yeah, of course. I mean, you wouldn't want to release this information. This is basically like
I'm saying you couldn't hide that information. So.
Fox would get their hands on it.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you would leak that.
Mm-hmm.
To whichever side you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't leak it if it was bad.
Well, there's got to be some Republican in there that would leak it.
Oh, somebody would. Yeah, somebody get their fingers up in that. So
if it was
bad
for Kamala, somebody in there would leak it to Fox.
It's not even leaking it. Somebody would be able to duplicate that result. So that's my point.
Gotcha.
Huh. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, you got super secret voters that we don't have access to? No, of course you do. So
I don't know. I have nothing to hang my hat on except for that's what they say.
Yeah, I get that, but
so I can't really kind of.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm so jaded with the right side that I'm like, where's all these numbers coming? Like, how are all these people voting for Kamala? Like, she's done nothing.
Well, I mean, it's also like. It's also oversampled. I mean, here's the thing: is like they still haven't corrected. They still haven't learned, everything from 2016 or 2020. The numbers were way off, on both elections.
Well, there's reasons for that, but they're really difficult to correct for. I mean, most polls are people who self-select into them. So,
well, yeah,
you can't go out there and get 1,600 random sample out of like Pennsylvania and expect all 1,600 of them to answer truthfully. So,
Well, no. You wouldn't expect any sample to
That's the problem. That's the fundamental problem that's going on with polling right now.
Right.
Because, like, there's a whole bunch of people who say, like, I'm not going to vote for Trump, but then they do. So, and there's no way to suss that out. There is absolutely no way to control for that.
No.
So, no, there isn't. And the same thing's true is like, okay, well, we have a whole bunch of people who are like really excited about Harris, but how excited are they about her? Are they just going to say that in the poll? Are they actually going to show up when it comes time to actually, fill in that bubble? Nobody knows. So,
well, we do. We know that essentially 1 out of every 2 people doesn't.
Well, okay.
I mean, starting with that.
Well, historically, yeah, sure, yeah. But you past results have no like.
But yeah, which 1 out of the 2 don't show up?
Nobody knows.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah. And so that's why, like, there have been rumors coming out of the Harris campaign that it's like, oh, it's fucking bad, kind of thing, and it might be. Okay, it might be. It might just be hoopla. We don't know.
It's tough to say. I will also say this. This is a wacky election.
Do you think this
one isn't as bad as the last one? The last one with COVID and all that stuff going on. This one's going to be much more. I mean, like Pennsylvania's already done a lot of work, over the last like 3-4 years to actually tighten up their election process. Same thing with Arizona. So I mean,
no, Arizona still has big.
They do, but it's all
the one that passed the. You have to actually have identification.
Correct. Yeah.
No, so the lawsuit right now is basically pulling the invalid voters off the rolls.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the lawsuit going on right now.
Oh well, yeah, but they put a stay on that, so you have to do it. Yeah.
That you have to actually show identification and stuff.
Yep. And the same thing true with Pennsylvania. They're not allowed to stop the ballot count anymore. So the Pennsylvania state legislature is no, we're not going to stop the ballot count.
Do you think
so? Once you start it has to go.
Do you think what's happened here with Kamala will create a precedent that if in the future if one of the candidates is like getting tanked, they're just like, we're yanking him?
Oh, I don't know about that. That'd be interesting. I don't know how you could do that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no on this just for one specific reason. I think this is an exception. I do mean, like...
There was almost no, like, fight back.
Well, okay, so again, remember that he was polling okay. Not great, but he was polling okay prior to the debate.
Right.
And the machine at that point...
Who is he? Donald
Biden?
Trump?
No, Biden.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just wanting to make sure.
No, that's fine. He was polling okay before that point, and it wasn't until after that it fell off. I've never seen that happen in my life. This is the first time it's happened. I don't know if there's a historical precedent that I can point to.
No, I don't think so.
So this could be a one-off. Usually, like, even when dudes are getting, like, their butts kicked, like, if I go back to...
Mondale.
Right,
okay, yeah. If I go back to Mondale, I mean... They let it run its course, but I don't think he was...
Well, nobody thought you could just yank a guy.
That's true.
We have this whole process set up that you're not supposed to be able to do this.
Mondale was the guy who set that up because everybody was like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. And then they just pulled it again for the first time in 40 years. So everybody's kind of like, wait, what? Yeah.
And I totally thought there'd be, but I thought they'd have to be like, all right, we have to go to the Supreme Court real quick and find out if this is legal. We gotta.
That's not up to the Supreme Court, man. It's up to the party.
So... Well, no, because we do have problems here because the yanking thing is what applies to Jill Stein and RFK Jr. about still being on ballots in places where he's dropped out.
Well, yeah, and that's why he's got to go back and sue those states to get himself off.
But he doesn't want them off of certain ballots.
Yeah, and that's kind of shady.
Oh, it's 100%.
This is bullshit. Yeah, this is
no. You should get off all the fucking ballots.
Sure,
if you withdraw from the race, but they're saying like, oh, we already printed them and blah blah blah. And stuff like that.
You got 60-something days. You print new ones.
Well, either that or you just go and tell all his people who are going to vote for him, hey, I'm not running anymore. Fucking vote for this guy. Yeah. I know, man. That's
but they're doing it in certain states because they want the people to vote for him to take away from the votes that could go.
Well, that's because the last election was totally... Yeah. Donald Trump totally lost the last election because of fucking libertarians.
Yeah.
So, in every single goddamn state, the margin of error between...
Was them.
Yes, it was them. And so, but fortunately, he's not on the libertarian ballot in any of those states, so...
Yeah, it's all weird.
It's not that fucked, man. It just like you got to get to the point in time where, like, the last 3 elections, the scrutiny on each one of them has gotten tighter and tighter.
True.
So this one's gonna be like I'm gonna drop off my ballot over here. I fucking guarantee you there's gonna be a guy with a camera over there. And so because when I did it in 2022. And dropped off my midterm ballot. There's a fucking dude with a camera over there. So
there wasn't one at our Dropbox.
Depends on the Dropbox. I don't know. So, but
I don't think you have to. I don't know. I wouldn't waste any manpower on Colorado Springs.
Bro, that wasn't even like fucking the county. That was just some dude doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
Oh, just some random guy?
It was just some rando guy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to get him.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to get him.
You should be somewhere else.
Exactly. But like I was holding up my two pallets. I had mine and my wife's. I was like, am I stuffing the boiler box? But you know, when it comes down to it, it's like they're both barcoded and they both like go back to me. So it's like, come on, bro. You know, but that like it's gonna be so much worse in like 2 weeks or 6 weeks than it was 2 years ago.
Well, this is where I say it's wacky, right? I'm not talking about like you can bring up the COVID thing and the whole that you're absolutely right in terms of like everybody gets their ballot because that bullshit it was a problem. But when I say wacky, this is the stuff we're talking about. Why is Tim Walz's family all wearing Trump shirts and they want to go campaign with Trump?
Wait, what?
I don't.
You didn't see this shit?
I didn't see it.
His whole family, like you can see him all.
Like his wife?
I don't know. I don't think his wife, but like everybody. So like his like all of his like brothers and like all this other shit. This like 9 guys. Okay, they're all there. They're all wearing like Trump shirts. They want to campaign with Trump. But this is what I'm saying. Wacky. Okay.
There's all kinds of wacky going on this year. I get.
I just said that. Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's a wacky election. That's why you have.
Well, I think you're right about the VP candidates. I don't think either one of them actually matters. So, like, I haven't seen anything about J.D. Vance in the last week. What? So
he goes out there, but
he does a lot of fundraising, which is really good. So you know, but like Walz is. I saw this great cartoon the other day from like the New Republic where he's in a fucking lifeguard chair behind Kamala Harris during the year.
Yeah.
It was great, man. So
he reminds me of Howard Dean. I'm just waiting for him. I'm just waiting for him to do some sort of screaming thing that everyone is just like, wait, what? You're a little too nuts here.
The shit that would have got him like strung up for that stuff has already happened. Like, I mean, there's a reason why anytime his name comes up, horse jizz always is part of the equation.
I don't know.
What?
Don't worry about it. Okay, there's that.
I
didn't look at that form of telegram.
I knew the tampon thing and the military
the tampon
thing.
Tim thing was pretty funny.
Yes, it's that. It's the military thing. This is stuff that would have sunk other people. Same thing. Stuff that would have killed Trump. Right? Or any other president, right?
Oh, he's definitely.
We're past that. We're past that. We've moved the window of our acceptability.
The Overton window? Are you going to talk about the Overton window?
Just briefly. We've definitely kind of kicked it down the road here.
Totally.
In terms of what we find acceptable in our candidates.
Well, acceptable and exceptional. So, you know, it's like.
No,
there's nothing great about
we
either.
Get
of them.
what we deserve.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
right.
Yeah.
That's the thing is this whole thing, the whole campaigning against. Look, both sides. I'm not fucking around with this. Both sides. Their major argument right now, and Trump has a lot more in terms of like, I want to do this. They did this, so I want to fix it. The entire left side right now is yes, but she's not him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's a shit ton of that on the right side, too. Right?
There is.
And you should be excited for your candidate. They should represent you in some way. You should want them there, right? And to credit, I got asked about this the other day, about like why Trump got in the first place. It's like, well, because at the time, that run-of-the-mill, those average Republican people that were running, they all were seen as just like, y'all do the same thing. There's nothing about you that I want. Let me see if this guy is different enough to cause some trouble, right?
I want to see what a non-politician looks like running things.
Let me see. It's the same reason that I wanted Sanders was, well, that's different. He could really fuck things up. But maybe this thing does need a shake-up. Right? it didn't happen. When it came down to it, their machine went out there and closed ranks on him and said, like, no, it's not going to be you.
Well, and he turned out to be a chicken shit, too.
He did.
Yeah,
he folded, really which is unfortunate. He
folded like a cheap tent, yeah.
But there's no way around it that his party fucking sold him up the river.
Well, I did the same thing to Joe Biden 6 weeks ago.
Well,
that's going to be a good book someday. I'm going to read that book. I'm going to read that book, man.
There's something positively Roman going on in that.
Right,
yeah.
There's a great YouTube short of Little Caesar guy.
Oh, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic where he's like, pizza, but then all these guys come around him and they're like, pizza. Stab the fuck out of him. He's like, pizza. And at the end, he's like reaching towards Brutus. He's like, pizza. And the Brutus is like, pizza. So we got to see that. That was fun. So now he sits on the beach.
Yeah.
Good for him. I mean, fucking sit on that beach, man.
And he even said,
sit the fuck out of that beach.
They're like, why haven't we seen you around? It's like, I'm not allowed to be.
Yeah. Did he say that?
Well, he shows up the other night and he does that thing with Kamala and he's got his hands in his pockets. The first time I ever seen a motherfucker with his hands in his pockets.
Well, and didn't he say something like, my grandpa would have, killed people or whatever it was, or
there's a version of that. So
what?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he used the Trump thing, and he's kind of right. He's like, well, I can't be out in the middle of this. It's not allowed. They're not letting us mix it up at this point for safety reasons. That's all you have to say from here on out.
Yeah,
it's just
true.
like, hey, you know what? I got you guys.
I don't want to get pizza.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much fucking shenanigan bullshit going on. Like the whole thing where, yeah, you can ask, different AI models, right? You can ask, Alexa, it's like, was Trump really shot? Some days it'll be like, I think that's a hoax.
Really?
Yeah, that's happened.
Wow.
Well, I mean, so I've seen on the QR thing, it definitely flags it as a hoax some of the times and stuff.
Which one?
That Trump actually got shot.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, here's Evander Holyfield's
yeah.
ear after being bitten.
Oh, come on, man.
And here's Trump's ear, and it's perfect. And they're like, and this is 1 week after being shot. Your ear doesn't regenerate.
Oh, yeah, and it was, done by the, it fragmented off the...
Right.
And you can see the freaking teleprompter right there. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, no, it's complete bullshit, man. It's hilarious. So...
No, and to go back to that original thing, how does that happen within the AI model? I can tell you that, right?
What's that?
Well, what happens is, and this is something that I have to... This is the last check that you have to get through on this here, is... You look at all of the previous data. Is this accurate? Is this thing... Okay. There's a last part, basically, where it's... You flag whether this is harmful in any way. Okay? And so normally that's going to apply for, is it talking about self-harm? Is it talking about suicide? Is it talking about violence? Is it talking about... Right? If
human trafficking and stuff like that.
Human trafficking, or if you were to ask me, hey, I want to make something with kitchen ingredients that's really going to melt the skin off of my... Right?
Well, flags that.
Look, I'm only... right, okay.
I'm going to burn this shit out of my gut.
Because here's the thing, is it can go basically on the internet and basically say, oh, yeah, I can tell you how to make chlorine gas. Do this, this, and this, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right? But if you do that, it's supposed to have been flagged at some point that says... This is dangerous, we don't do that. And here's the thing, is a lot of it says, don't get political, right? Don't anything like this. So if your model is basically not flagging Harris as political, because that's what your people are doing, but they're flagging Trump as political, okay, then what it's going to do is it's going to say, I can't answer that question.
It'll just default to her.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting. So she's kind of like the null.
So it's not somebody literally going in there and saying, okay, if somebody asks about Trump, I'm changing this.
It's that people have marked it as basically, dangerous. They flagged it as...
that's fascinating. Huh. That makes complete sense.
Right. So when it comes down to it, they say, it's a glitch. They're like, it's anything but a glitch. what it means is that you guys have basically, like, your oversight, because it's supposed to go to senior reviewers, and who are going to be like, oh, that's some bullshit, right? It's
just
either
based
that,
on their judgment. Or whatever.
I got to tell you, there's some pretty strict rules on this kind of stuff, but I've also seen stuff slide. When I was basically submitting, like, thinly veiled anti-trans allegories in short stories, they didn't catch it, so it went through. Right? It is what it is.
But how much does that modify the overall model?
It depends. I mean, it's because
it's just based on volume, then, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's you're doing that kind of stuff, and it depends on what they say. You're going to pull from this data set. It's the same reason when places were pulling from Reddit, and that was when they were saying, like, you can use Elmer's glue to get the cheese to stick to your pizza, because that happened because somebody posted it on Reddit.
Yeah. And it was highly viewed. And so it was overweighted.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
As
I totally get it now. I totally
Yeah.
fucking get it, man.
Yeah.
So, as someone who's done a lot of regressions, I totally fucking
You
get
understand it.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's
I totally
also...
get it, man. Because it'd be completely weighted just based upon the number of people who had actually, like, dialed in whatever that alpha is. I got it.
You're breaking down the
I got it. I totally fucking got it, man. It explains so much of the R square of whatever comes out of the back. Oh god, oh man, that's horrifying, man.
Well, it is. Okay,
yeah, it's horrifying because if you have some people who actually just flag a few things, you know, as hate speech that were limited by, like, spoken by Donald Trump, but tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people viewed it, it'd be improperly weighted that way.
Right.
That fucking sucks.
That's why it's stupid. And again,
I totally get that now, man, because that would actually, like, contribute to the overall algorithm in a greater weight than if 5 people who were actually correct actually called out something that Kamala Harris said.
Yes.
But it only got, like, 10,000 views.
Right.
I got it.
Right. So if you
okay, man, I get it.
So if for example, okay, this is
bad.
This is one of the reasons why if you ask Grok, right, that shit will tell you the truth.
I know Grok. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the AI that's part of Twitter, right?
Oh.
Okay. You ask Grok, it'll tell you the truth. It's like Donald Trump was shot at, right? It ain't gonna fuck around, right? Yeah. If you feed it with Reddit, it'll tell you it wasn't shot.
Yeah.
Because people who say this shit get like 14,000 upvotes.
Yeah, but you're drawing from a sample that's actually going to upvote that.
Correct.
Totally. Yeah. So you have a self-selective sample that's actually implicating its weight on the actual. Fucking A, man, that sucks, dude. And this is again. So as a guy who was dealing with this today,
well, we kind of both are. I'm sort of like, you know, I got like 2 reams of like dot matrix printer stuff, and I'm like, look at this shit.
You gotta pull the ends off.
Yeah. It's in that same regard where.
And so, like, even if you're trying to train it on your end, you don't have the weight.
Or it's not even just the way. It's sometimes it's the way that you phrase it. So I was talking to Will about this. I hate the project that I'm on right now because it's so boring, right? It's all about summaries, right? And so I'm choosing like certain like trite topics because I can pull articles like fast, right?
Are you doing that because it's just like a really small sample set?
Nah, it's just that's the job they want.
Okay.
The whole what they're trying to do is they're trying to do more effective summarizing. They don't, you know, it's like what is the human element? What does the human element decide is important when they're summarizing, right? You know what? It's a valid point, but it's the most boring writing that you can do, right?
Sure.
So take this for example. I was like, all right, so I just need topics with articles I can grab fast, right? Because remember I told you they reduced our time. I submitted it with like 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So I'm doing this one and I'm like, why don't I go ahead and pull up one about the dangers of social media? Right?
Oh God.
Now, here's the thing.
The internet's just like.
Look, here's the thing: is it's bleb, but the funny thing is, you grab the first 3 articles from the top.
Jonathan Haidt. Yeah, I get it.
Well, these can be like these can be from the Times. They can be from wherever. You don't have to do that. But these are all great sources. But it's basically the same article 3 times.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, here's the thing.
It stems from the same academic article that was written 6 years ago.
There's a study in there. Yes,
Totally
they all link to the same study.
Totally
but here's the thing: is I'm doing this, and even though the article says suicide, I know the second that I write that, it'll get flagged.
Yeah.
So I changed it to self-harm, and it went.
Nice.
Okay, but that's the thing: is what have I done now? That I've worked around it. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. You've modified the independent variable.
What's the problem?
Suicide actually happens.
Well, yeah, you're not accurately.
But yes. Or I have to talk about it in something that doesn't necessarily mean that.
You're using coded language.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Because the thing was, it's the problem. The only reason I did that is because the internal linter on this will catch certain words and say like, "This is a danger thing. It should be flagged." Right.
And so it gets nulled.
Right.
And you're using it in a context to just display figures.
It got nulled.
Because it wasn't just figures. It was just, it's a potential side effect of this.
And
now,
it can't actually say
God
it.
damn, man, that is an intractable problem.
Because you don't want it. You don't want it to give that as
Jeff, I appreciate what you do now a lot more. And now that I'm thinking about it in mathematical terms, you just nulled an independent variable, which means that it does not contribute to what it is that you're going to pull from in the future. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or the severity of certain situations.
Exactly. Right. It's got no weight.
Yeah.
It's got no weight because it gets nulled.
We can't talk about it.
Well, you can, and here's the thing: is you can say, because remember, my whole job is to summarize this. Now,
in human terms.
Well, yes, because I'm the one that's
you're the guy. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: is suicide is self-harm.
It's been written about many times.
It has, but this is, I would argue, from a semantic standpoint, this is one of those squares a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. But it is self-harm. It just means that
it still covers the same area.
So even in your summary, if you wrote down in America 286 kids committed suicide.
No, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that.
But
that
if you just pulling that as a statistic, that would get tossed.
It gets, yes.
God damn, that's fucking busted, man.
Because it's.
I thought it was just whether it gives you advice, like saying, yes, suicide is an option for.
No, but if it gets pulled from the data set, you won't get recommended based upon that.
Well, the reason for some of those things, like the reason those are flagged, is because if that word comes up, okay, it has to pull up a certain response that says. It has to pull up the pat thing that says like, if you're thinking about this. Contact this number. Think about this. Whatever. Right.
Right. Yeah, it puts it right underneath the banner.
Right.
Jesus.
In the same way, there are certain aspects of violence that you can't discuss. Right.
Racial violence. Say murder.
You're not supposed to.
Genocide.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is
just call it societal harm.
This, dude. Again, this is the problem. So, when I'm on a creative writing team, okay, you have to remember that. Oh fuck. Well, I mean, so what's the story of the Telltale Heart?
Aren't you burying somebody?
Yeah, you murder. You
have a person that's obsessed with basically a cataract eye, right? And he's seeing this in the old man, and he's seeing this as an impediment to him. This is actually evil, right? So he kills the man, buries him under the floorboards, right? This is a cornerstone of American lit. We don't write about that. That can't be part. This is what I'm talking about is how do you let the AI be personality, right? When you say, like, well, you can't ever write about that. Even though it's...
So many books that have murder in it.
So this is why Huck Finn has disappeared.
Well, this is why, like, there's a certain...
I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
What if I... So if I go home, ask Google today, what do you think about suicide?
You'll get the...
It's just the standard, if you are thinking about it, won't... Huh.
It'll give you some kind of disclaimer that says, like, something along the lines of, like, I can't discuss that in detail, but if you're having these kind of thoughts, contact this number or this.
Huh.
It has certain flags where it's like, if you bring up these topics, I have to push you in these directions. And that's why I had to, like, soften that up and say, like, well, self-harm goes. Because that goes anywhere from pulling hairs out of your arm, or, you know, torturing yourself with
cuts and all that stuff, and
to jumping off a bridge.
Yeah.
And to that end, again, the whole point was, there's no version of this where I'm saying this is how you do that or this is how many people do that. It's that internet addiction has led people to this social media addiction. This is a possible side effect or consequence. But I still have to sand the edges off pretty hard.
Yeah.
So there's this thing of like, the more that I see it, the more limitations it has. And again, I didn't
realize it couldn't just say certain words, basically. Like, I was like, I get it that it can't promote the idea. Because I think that's what it did first or something like that. And then
at first it was fucking
and then they're like,
off,
we gotta control all this. And I was like, all right, yeah, I get it if you're asking for advice how to do this. And it says, yeah, you can commit suicide. It's like, okay, yeah, we gotta work on the answers there. That's a bad answer. But to just be like, the mention of the word, man, that is just insane how restricting that is.
It's crazy. And again, some of that, this is not a permanent thing. I'm sure some of this will be, moved back and forth because of the ambiguity of it, because you're not doing a service in some ways, right? It's just that
they don't know how to draw the line, have it be able to draw the line yet, so...
I don't think anybody's been hit up for, like, full liability yet. Like, if, say, for example, like that chlorine gas example I gave you, okay? The reason I bring that up specifically, okay, is there's a 4chan story with pictures about this. Okay? This is did I tell you about the hand grenade incident?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'll tell you about the grenade. I know I've told about this. But there's a guy on 4chan that basically was rummaging around some of his grandpa's stuff. He goes to 4chan and he's holding a grenade. He's like, check out what I found in my grandpa's stuff. Right? And so the rest of the anonymous dweebs are like, is that a grenade? He's like, what are you going to do with it? And people are giving him suggestions, and eventually he says...
Oh, the toilet?
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to flush it down the toilet.
And then 3 days later.
Okay. So the chlorine gas story is something very similar. But a guy found in his grandpa's stuff, he found a gas mask.
Okay.
And so he says, I'm going to test the efficacy of this gas mask. And William...
Self-harm.
Darwinism at its best.
All right. Is respiratory problems the only issue that comes across with gas like that?
Oh, you bleed.
Yeah, I don't...
Well, so picture one is he's like, my skin kind of hurts and it's turning red. Picture number two is, my skin's coming off. Picture number three is gross. He says, guys, I think I'm done. And basically people on there were like, well, would this have saved him with the gas mask? You're like, no, because what's happening here is that shit is getting into your skin, and once it basically reaches this many parts per million, you die.
It's in your blood system.
Yes. So this is the same kind of thing that they're trying to avoid with this, where if somebody asks a question and it answers, like, how do I make this? Oh, well, no problem. Hey, go into your sink. You have this,
right,
and this, right?
Yeah.
No problem.
A little bit of bleach, a little bit of styrofoam, whatever.
And so what they're afraid of is some dude is going to do that, and with a gas like that, you can kill all of your neighbors in your apartment.
But you can find this answer on Google right now, so why is it...
That's correct. So if you ask Google, it won't tell you how to make this.
It doesn't?
You may find information that tells you.
You might have to go down a
Google won't tell you.
Oh, gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
We're like, this is how you make napalm, you know? Yeah,
Correct.
Right.
It won't. It's like it does have an AI model, and so it'll say like, I want to make peanut butter toast. It'll pop up and say, no problem. Get toast, put peanut butter on it. It'll do that for you, right? But if you say like, I want to test,
make chloroform, yeah.
I want to test my grandpa's gas mask.
All right, so there's like reasonable limits on this, you know?
Right?
Yeah, but still at the same point in time, I can see how not actually going through an exact specific step where someone says like, I want to make chlorine gas.
Right.
Okay, but there's a million ways around that.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I can see why they're using AI to actually limit the algorithm on some of those things, but it has adverse effects.
They never want it to get to a point where it recommends something harmful, no matter how many disclaimers that it has on there, right?
And so it starts pulling down articles about Donald Trump eventually. That's my point.
Problem, yes.
Because somebody flagged that as being like, oh, okay, this is how you make chlorine gas.
Or they didn't flag the other stuff.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, and so it gets promoted. Yeah. Oh my god, that makes so much fucking sense now that I think about it.
I can tell you this too, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you where all, like, my bitch-made coworkers come from.
So is that where
there's a lot of California in there?
Yeah, I know, but like, so you got like some nerd bro California Caltech dudes in there who understand the math behind it,
and
but they've never read Telltale Heart.
Well, there are. You got to remember the other thing is that there are some California tech bros in there that do the other component, which is the coding.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's not just what they take from it; they also code that shit.
So they sit there and tinker with the yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's like
so they decide where the weights go. Yeah.
They can fuck with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then it feeds back into the machine, and so it becomes stronger. Yeah, I get that.
And if you're asking me if some of these people are potentially Reddit mods, I would say yes.
Do they have Discord servers? Jeff, are they trained people? Do they believe in urban planning? Jesus Christ, what a scary future.
That's where like
City Skylines 2 is the best game ever.
That's objectively not true. Like, again,
explain it to them. They want, like low rent housing.
Bro, the have you seen like the Concorde controversy this week?
What do you mean Concorde?
The game.
Oh, I have no idea.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, so this has to do with the same thing with Star Wars Outlaws and
I have seen some of that.
Black Myth Wukong and that kind of stuff. Okay,
it's apparently a shit game. So.
No, that game is supposed to be the fucking bomb.
Really?
Black Myth Wukong? Oh yeah, it's.
I thought it was supposed to be like a mile wide and an inch deep.
No, that game is it is a lot of people's like deadlock. It's like this is the best game of the year, no questions asked.
Is that legit? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the gaming controversy. I'll try to keep it brief. Okay, so Are you guys aware of what a hero shooter is? As your kid just... Well, no. Think Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Your kids may have thought... Okay, so in these kind of things, the whole gimmick is you don't just play a shooter, you are choosing a hero to play as who has a very distinctive role. Basically, they're sniper, they're... healer, right? Yeah. That kind of thing. Very distinguished, that kind of thing. And they have little personality to them, designs that are unique, speech, that kind of stuff, right?
I played as Rattel.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So Sony had been working on this game called Concord for 8 years and spent $200 million on it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. $200 million. Okay? Now, a lot of these kind of games are free to play. Right? You know what that means, right? Your kids have probably asked you to buy shit in these games.
Oh, Roblox.
That's it. Because Roblox, I think, is free.
Yeah.
Okay. Same kind of model.
Initially. Well, it's kind of like cocaine. It's free.
You can always
play for free, but there's shit that you can buy, right? Yeah. So the whole thing about these games is when they're free to play, they're going to sell you hats and outfits and different... Okay. Now... Concord, on the other hand, released for $40. Right?
Initial download.
Yeah, you buy it. You could buy it off the shelf. You could buy it off Steam.
Or whatever.
$40. Yeah. Right? All right. Now, it played decently enough. Okay? But I want you to picture a game that was so forward-thinking that the robots had preferred pronouns.
Okay.
All right. So it had like a trans character, and the women are fat, and the guys are stupid looking, and like everything's butt ugly. Okay. Game's out for 3 days, maybe about a week. Okay. The total player count is so low, okay, that Sony announced by the second week that I think it's the 6th that all servers are being shut down and they're full refunding everybody that bought the game.
No shit. I'm just gonna walk away from
it. They're like, there's no chance for us to recoup anything. It's only gonna damage our reputation worse. Shut it down.
Just murder it.
Shut it down.
Wow.
Right? Okay. And here's the thing.
Good on them.
And this is the thing was, IGN, Kotaku, all the other dorky agencies have been championing this thing. It's like, this is the game you want to play. Okay? Right. Representation matters, right? Shit got shut down in 2 weeks. So, the gaming media has been going fucking nuts after the cancellation of The Acolyte and...
Yeah. I saw that.
Concord... And the God, what's it? There's this other dumb Dustborn, right? That thing went in the toilet. This thing is stupid, right?
I didn't know about that one. I did see the stuff on the Acolyte though.
And Black Myth Wukong is a Chinese game, right? And it turns out that the Chinese give two shits about American sensibilities when it comes to social justice, right? Now, they like to accuse these guys of a lot of things, and when consulting agencies came in and they're like, hey, we want you to change this stuff, they were very up for it. I was like, go fuck yourself. They even set things out there like, within their game plan, it's like, there will be no political discussion, there will be nothing like this, like this. What happens? Sells 13 million copies or something like that, like right off the jump. Okay? And all the gaming media had been basically like trying to tear this thing, like, don't buy, it's Hogwarts all over again. They're like, don't buy this, it's this phobic, it's this. They bought the shit out of it. They tanked the other games. Right? And the gaming media is like furious. Right?
Dude, they're so irrelevant.
The day is done.
Yeah. Done.
It's done.
But those guys are the kind of people that work in these kind of like outlets.
It's so much easier to like flip that back around and say like, oh, okay, so you're gonna talk about like not lab leak, but wet markets kind of thing.
Yes.
So that's an impossible position to maintain, you know. So, because like some of the like media that I saw was like Wukong was like a really big hit, okay, but the gameplay was, like I said, it was a mile wide but an inch deep.
You're thinking of Star Wars Outlaws, is that?
Star Wars Outlaws is basically horse shit, from which I understand.
Yes, it's
so, and everybody's waiting for Knights of the Old Republic coming around next year again. So that's what I saw. I don't know if that's.
I don't know. That's a rumor, but I mean.
But like, yeah, Outlaws was basically like there was a guy who actually built an entire mod on Starfield that was like basically reskinned as Star Wars, and that outsold anything that they sold from Outlaws.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
But Outlaws basically it's like the most accurate or like the most honest reviews are like, hey, your first hour is really fun, and then you realize that's all there is.
Exactly, that's what I saw too.
Yeah, that's it.
What I saw too. And that wasn't even from gaming media; that was from streamers. So
and that's the same thing. It's like, why do you keep making your main characters ugly as shit? The model that they based it off of is pretty.
It's awful.
But it looks like what is the phrase? It's like she hit the tree and hit every ugly branch.
All the branches on the way down to the... Yeah.
Question for you.
What?
Did you watch the new Batman animated series?
I watched one episode.
The first one?
I will watch no more of this.
They gender swapped the Penguin?
What?
It's
bad.
It's bad. There are parts of it that it was like, this could be cool, but it's not. And again, you can't do the thing, like, you can't have her in the club and people are like, oh, you're so attractive. I was like, no. You'd have to make this an attractive character.
Yeah, she's like the size of a tank.
They
switched the Penguin from a guy to a girl.
That's interesting.
And this is the first episode. It's like, oh,
is she supposed to be attractive?
They
supposed act like it.
It's like what the 20s style, 30s style, or something. It's a like girl
raw
now.
Fish. Who eats raw fish?
They didn't show her do that, but she's
like.
But all the women are built like tanks.
Well, except for
Gordon's daughter,
who is
Barbara.
Annoying. I don't know why that's the angle that you take. It's like, we're gonna make her a girl. It's like, yeah, make her annoying. Like, she's riding Dent's ass, like, for stupid shit.
I watched the whole series, and she actually is the only one that actually has a personality.
Fuck. Oh, my fault. Okay.
Like, it actually develops the way through. The rest of the characters are just like
garbage.
Flat. It's so boring, and the art style is not good.
I thought that was the thing that wrote me in. I was like, I knew nothing about it. It just popped up. I didn't hear anything about it. I was like, what is this? And then I saw that the old guys were. I'm like, all right, fire this shit up. And yeah, one episode in, I'm like,
this is how you're introducing it, really. And so I saw something written on it, and they're like, yeah, we just didn't think Batman had enough strong female villains. And I'm like, Batman's got a bunch of them.
Yeah, great ones.
Yeah, I was like, what?
In fact, most of them.
Most of the notable female villains are Batman's.
Yeah, I saw they did a new Joker movie too.
The Joker 2's coming out.
Yeah. Okay.
And
it's got Lady Gaga
as the new Harley.
I don't. I really like the first one. I do not have good vibes with this.
I didn't like the first one that much.
I loved it.
I liked it except for the end. Like, he just got beat over the head in the end with his monologue. That was my only complaint about it. It was like, okay, I get it. You're going to shoot the guy. Let's just do it. I get it. So... that's fine. Yeah,
totally fine. Because I mean, for what it builds up to, basically the street riot and all that stuff, and whether or not that's all fictional, that's kind of the cool thing. And it
was cool. That part was cool.
Because one of the things I don't like is that's going to answer that question with a sequel.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that there's going to be a significant musical section. I don't want that.
You know what? Dancing in your joke?
I don't want it at all.
Oh, just because Lady Gaga's in it?
No, it's documented. Oh. That's part of the movie. It's like, I don't want this.
Like, that's okay. At least they shit can Star Wars for the next 10 years, man. hopefully.
Boy. Yeah.
Just put it in the freezer. You gotta put the tape on the top of the the bucket and say like, "Hey man, come back in 2034."
I mean, again, it's the same. This was the whole argument, because that's where the argument with the gaming media. It's like it's a bunch of chuds. It's a bunch of like fucking like sexists and all this other stuff. Like this is the thing.
Well,
they've
been making that argument for 15 years, man.
Well, they've been making that argument, but the other thing is they're always picking on guys. But I'm gonna tell you something like straight out from playing video games with girls. Girls don't want to play as fucking ugly girls either. They hate that. I shit you not. Like half the time it's like if you get in there, it's like, why do you play as this character? Because she's pretty.
Yeah, I don't really want to play as a little wafy guy either. So
well, I mean, like
get that.
One of William's friend's dad plays. God, what's the Fortnite?
Oh, okay.
And it's a female character, and he's just like, Dad, why are you playing as girl? It's like, because I don't want to stare at a guy's ass the whole time.
He's not the first person I've heard that from.
No, he's not the first guy.
It's like, dude, it's part of... This is human nature. Knock it off. Like, I don't... It's not being anything condescending to anybody else or in the world or anything else. Games are escapism.
Games are escapism, and again, when you go to movies, right? The leads are never ugly. They're not. They're just, I mean, unless the movie is like...
Calling for it.
Unless the movie is Stephen King's Misery. That's the story. Monster. Okay, yes. The Whale. Right? That's the thing is...
I've never seen that. You said it's really good.
No, I did not.
You were going to give a review, but you never...
I thought you said that
you were going to watch really all the ones that were nominated.
So The Whale is...
The Whale.
Okay.
Pronounce that again.
The Whale. Look, it's a movie that takes itself seriously.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things it does right. It
seems like you can't take it seriously.
Well, he did have a dramatic pause there.
I guess, okay, so I want to take it seriously, but there is still something of like, it's off. It feels off from start to finish.
So just go run a couple laps and fix all the things. Or?
No. The performances are fine, but there's still a little bit of like, I can't believe we're still doing this in movies. I can't believe we're still using like the like the
only woo guy.
Well, no. There's certain things that like they used to sell these discs of like 1,000 sound effects, and it's like when he's knocking over like the furniture and you hear that classic like, oh, it's a clay pot that breaks. You know the sound. You can picture it right now, right? Yeah. It's just certain things like...
I think I did that in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
It's you know, you heard him? Because you kicked 1 million of them in Diablo 2. In that...
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. There's this...
Rockanishu.
thing of like...
I found some cockroaches in my bathroom.
There's just... There's this thing of like... super serious movie, but like, why would you take weird shortcuts like this? There's
all right, so it's a technical thing.
So there's great stuff in there. If it pulls you out, that may be my fault, right?
Okay. Now that we'll notice it 100%.
It's not the main story is good. It really is. And I see what they're going for. That's good. There's a real sense. It's amazing. It's like a one-set movie, right? But they don't make it feel like a claustrophobic place. They're like, this is amazing. Okay. This is amazing. Why would you do weird things like this? I think, if I recall, there's...
Does it do like the slide whistle?
It's not the slide whistle. If I recall, there's just like a totally inappropriate fart. And it's just like... Dude... Pat and I, we were talking. If I recall, it was either a fart or a burp or something that's like, why would you do this? Why would you, like, we were talking about The Sopranos, okay?
Oh, yeah.
There's this episode where Tony Soprano eats Indian food.
I remember that one, yeah.
And there's this, again, it's like, if you go to, like, Windows 95, 1000, like, sound effects, right? He runs to the bathroom and he's like, curses like, motherfucking Indian food! And you hear it and they're just going like, oh! And it's I shit you not. You can look it up. It's
from the Dumb and Dumber.
It's
totally from Dumb and Dumber. Yeah,
it's just like, I can't believe it's like, this is an award-winning show. Like, and you didn't have, like, Foley guys out there, their whole job is to make sound effects by, like, banging a wire with a little hammer or something like that. And you went to, like, cartoon. It's the same thing. Like, if I hear, like, you're watching a movie and you hear, like, dudes, like, a guy gets stabbed and he goes, "Wah!" Right? I've heard it. I know. Wow. Right? There's this, like, don't use those. Just.
There's a sound effect that came from Star Wars. It's in, like, so many movies.
Well, it wasn't. It's evidently that's called the Howie scream. The first time, first time it appeared was evidently in that Howie long action movie. The Firestarter.
Oh my
Firestorm.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And that's the one they
gets
call
him
it
with the axe.
They call it either the Howie scream or the TIE Fighter scream, because that's the one where it goes. You hear it and you either appreciate it because it's that kind of movie, like when
we do a little bit of that.
When Indiana Jones has thrown, like, the 50th Nazi off the train, no problem. You gotta have different screams, right? That's why some dude's gonna go, right? You know, because but you can't have, like, a serious movie. If you're watching like No Country for Old Men. And fucking Javier Bardem, like, glasses a dude in the shower, and he goes, you can't do it. And that's, I remember something in The Whale, like, got me so bad because it's like, why would you do that? You know them all. You know them all. It's you know, every single one of these things have been popping up in your games. It's kind of stuff. So, not a bad movie. It's not. It's just, they said it was, like, super awesome, and
people have been claiming that for the last 15 years, man. I have yet to see it. So, super awesome is no longer awesome.
I'll give it to, like, certain movies that deserve it. Like, Godzilla -1 was super awesome.
Okay.
Alright, I gotta finish that.
It was too boring for William to finish in, like, 3 sittings.
I know,
so
I didn't even make it to the second sitting yet.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I watched a movie that if it was on in the theater and I was there, I would have left.
What?
It's one with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry. Like, I can't remember what it's called, but
if it's got Mark Wahlberg in it, I'm surprised you watched it.
Halle Berry was way worse. Like, it's an
Halle
action.
Berry was that bad?
It was an action movie, and it looks so bad when she's just, like, running. It's like she's, like, disjointed, and, like, her speed running.
Can't be Steven Seagal bad running.
I would have left the theater, like, instantly. Like, it was so bad, we literally just turned it off, and I was just like, I can't. Like, they had, like, a bad guy come in. And, you know, Mark Wahlberg at least usually looks athletic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They both looked like they were just like something was wrong with them because the bad guy was, like, running normal and it looked like the Flash was going by him. Because they were...
What the fuck were you watching?
What is this?
I can't remember what... I'll look it up when it's done. But it was so bad. Like, it was supposed to be funny. So J.K. Simmons is in it too. Like, all these people are in it. So it's like, all right, it should be
Nazi. Yeah,
it was. But it was just brutal.
My brother turned me on to this entire, like, montage of Steven Seagal running. Have you seen this? He's got an arm that flaps like this, like a propeller. It's weird, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's like Tom Cruise's middle tooth. Once you see it, it's like you know about Tom Cruise.
I know about this. No,
it's not real, but
because he broke his nose.
Well, I get that.
He's got a middle tooth.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a gap in his teeth like normal people. He's got a middle tooth.
Oh. Well,
it's
it
just
kind
the way
of
he
looks
like
it's
smiles.
just because. So all right, he broke his nose.
Yeah.
Right. So the guidelines that would normally put your teeth where they are supposed to be, with the center of your nose, are off for him.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's got one tooth in the middle because of this. Kind of like in the same way, like all them perspective tricks, like they did with like the Lord of the Rings, like to make people tall and short.
Right, yeah.
His nose is fucked up, so
his
it looks
nose
like
is fucked up, and he's got rubber feet.
Yes.
So
okay, you mentioned J.K. Simmons. Whiplash is a super awesome movie.
I still gotta watch
Whiplash.
Whiplash is a super awesome movie.
How long ago was that?
Less than
5
decade?
years?
Yeah,
maybe 5 years.
What's it about?
Drumming.
Music. Yeah.
I have not seen that.
It is
super
awesome. It is fantastic. That is required
with J.K.
watching.
Simmons.
Yes, it is his finest role.
Really? He rose above his press laughing guy or his Nazi role.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's always been a backup character as far as I'm concerned. So
he is the star of the show. It is amazing. People say it's Miles Teller.
Dude, he's looking it up. I told you, once you see it, you will not be able to unsee Tom Cruise's fucking middle tooth.
That's the thing, man. It's a trick of his nose.
It is.
It is. His nose is literally pointing the wrong way.
That's why. Yeah.
You'd think that he would have fixed that one.
That is fixed. That is fixed.
But whenever it got broken, you think they would have been for a major actor, it would have been get my nose straight.
That's my understanding is that is as straight as it gets.
Yeah, exactly. So they just had Alvin and Chipmunk as fucking.
It's this last little bit though.
I know, it's weird.
I know,
it's one of those.
I never noticed it before.
You know what it is? It's like that when somebody posts that picture of the tile floor, and they say this tile is the same color gray as this tile.
Right.
But and it's that same thing where you have to pay attention to the nose to realize what's fucked up.
Right.
Otherwise, it's
that is crazy.
What's wrong with your mouth?
Well, and it goes up in the gum, the one tooth goes more
I know,
than the
man.
other.
He's the only guy who's got a middle gun, kind of thing. Yeah.
But when you see him in motion, you'd never notice it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't run like Steven Seagal.
No, he does not.
You gotta look that up, man. That's
I will
crazy.
definitely look that up. Well, if we're doing a final goodbye.
Oh, okay.
What's the final goodbye?
Well, for the show.
Oh, I thought
it's football.
It is football.
Oh,
it's friggin' football. Yeah, it's finally here. I've been dying.
Are they still committed to retard helmets?
I think it's optional.
There's a few. Yeah.
Is anybody agreed to wear the dumbass hood?
I think Jonathan. Wait, what's his name? Is it Jonathan Taylor?
No, isn't that the kid from Home Improvement?
What's the Taylor, whatever the Taylor guy on the Colts is? I think he's gonna.
Okay, yeah.
He's gonna have the pineapple.
I think so. I think there's a few. They made it optional.
He's wearing the Serpentor snake hood.
It is. I was sad.
But there's Thursday football, Friday football, Sunday, and Monday.
I was just gonna work. I can watch it.
I know, man.
There's a Friday game,
You gotta put in a full fucking shift, man.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the most fraud. Okay, that was. I'll commit to one other fraud ass summary assignment. I was I want to win my fantasy football league this year. So why don't you summarize some articles about tricks and tactics about how to win my league this year?
There's probably tons of people asking that.
Do you know the advice the top 3 articles gave me?
Use
don't watch
other
football.
resources.
Be more specific. What do you mean? Use other resources?
Like, find the magazines or...
Okay, well, yeah, that's it. At the bottom, it would always be like, subscribe to ESPN Plus for blah, 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 blah.
So like,
do mock drafts.
Card reader, yeah.
Okay, well, you're being way too sophisticated. Number one was... Understand your league's point scoring system.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, God.
Gotcha.
Really? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch the waiver
Why did I
wire
lose?
for...
I put in 2 kickers.
There was one moment straight up the advantage. Don't draft a kicker or a defense if your league doesn't ask for a kicker or a defense.
You deserve to lose if you do that.
Yeah. But yes, I know you're excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt with that.
You are good. I'm beaming. I'm so happy.
That's hilarious.
You're beaming. You're so happy. You have love for a certain team. How are they going to do this year? They haven't played game 1 yet, so you tell us.
I think they'll go 10-7 and make the playoffs.
10-7 make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Broncos.
10-7 and make the playoffs.
I think they're going to go 10-7.
Well, it's in the actual ledger now.
Okay? So give us one other surprise. What is a team that people think would make the playoffs this year but won't?
Kansas City.
They're stacked.
I know.
And they got the speedster. The Chiefs are going to score.
Completely injury prone, though, man.
Well, that little speed. Yeah, he's a tiny little one.
Yeah, he's a tiny little guy.
But no, I think the Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs.
Cowboys, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Since they've
rag to hang your hat on.
12 games in a row, 3 years straight.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
One more. Who's a dark horse that people are going to sleep on this year that's going to be way better than anybody gives them credit for?
A lot of people are going with the Falcons, and I think they'll be good.
Can the Falcons ever overcome being the Falcons?
It's Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk Cousins.
But he's still wearing a Falcons uniform.
He's still
Yeah,
Kirk
but
Cousins.
there's so much talent there, and their quarterbacks have been...
Have been what?
Handicapped?
like they get a parking pass or what?
Yeah. Like
you only get it for 6 weeks.
Like they keep trying to throw with their left hand, even though they're right-handed.
Your wrist ain't that broken.
Your wrist ain't that broken. You don't need both of them in a drive.
You have to give that back.
Yeah.
That and Justin Simmons went there, so I'm pulling for him.
You're pulling for him, but I mean,
you don't think they're gonna make it?
I think they'll make the play. I think they'll definitely win that division, and I think they'll make it. But they probably can't get to the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins doesn't know how to get to the Super Bowl.
All right, so Broncos in, KC in.
KC's in.
Well, you say Broncos kind of squeak in.
10-7 solid.
10-7 is pretty good.
That's probably the 5th or 6th seed.
10-7 is pretty specific. I think we can hang our hats on that.
So, okay.
And then maybe the Bills don't make it.
Well, see, this is okay.
They are repeatedly fraudulent, aren't they?
Well, they just got rid of all their. I mean, if they do, then crap. What's his name?
The quarterback?
Yeah. Josh Allen.
Yes.
Will be.
I always think he's like furniture for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
He will be
Ethan Allen.
the king.
That's what I'm thinking. Right. Yeah.
He'll be the MVP if the Bills make the playoffs.
Otherwise, he'll just open up a furniture store.
I keep wanting to call him like Fitzpatrick, but that's
Fitzpatrick.
Oh no! Don't do that, crazy ass beard guy.
Crazy ass beard guy. I like that.
So, but it's on.
It's on.
Yeah. It's on.
It's on tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starts tomorrow night. Cool.
Go Ravens.
Who are they playing?
The Chiefs.
So
these are like two of my least favorite.
Listen, all right. So I have to. I'm just gonna make this proclamation at the beginning of this year, and for all time, is I want Mahomes gone.
Simultaneous leg fractures for Mahomes and Jackson?
No, I mean, like...
One's on the sideline. He just watches him. He's like, oh, God.
Me too.
No, stop. I want to stop short of, like, bone marrow cancer, but, like, I don't want that dude in this league anymore.
So, Joe Theismann.
No, I want him to, like find Islam or something. Something where he's just kind of like, I can't do this.
I can't do this anymore.
I can't do this. He just has this crisis of conscience, and he's like, I just can't do this.
I've got better chances of the plane falling into the ocean.
I know
and they're not even going to be over the ocean.
But I don't like the Bills. I don't like... Or not the Bills. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like what they represent. I don't like the Taylor Swift connection. I don't like anything about this team. I want them gone. And I want it to start with the quarterback. And again...
Yes, I did this for years against the Patriots.
I want him to be fine.
Oh, that's it.
Only I was definitely cheering for injury or plane crash.
Geothermic, fucking...
I want him to... Yeah.
Or this is where Bane blows up the whole floor of the stadium.
Right.
Because then the Ravens and Chiefs both go.
Again, this is why I'm stopping short of this, like, tragedy. I'm saying that with him... He's never demonstrated himself to be like a bad human being, right? He seems like a nice guy. His girlfriend went out there and was like, well, I'm a Trump lady, and I'm not going to get bullied by any of you, which is surprising because I thought they would be like, woman, no talkie the politics.
Well, and Taylor Swift's the complete opposite way, and they're like best friends, so.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't show up at the DNC, so.
Right. So he seems like a perfectly nice guy, which is why I want him to, like Barry Sanders, is like, there's just nothing left in the game for me.
Barry Sanders couldn't win.
That's true.
You don't quit when you're winning all the time.
It's kind of cheesy if you join Islam when you actually play for the Lions. You know?
Yeah, and again, I don't want anybody in Islam. So it's got to be something that just he's got to have some kind of revelation. He's like,
I'm surprised then that you wouldn't start with Kelsey having like a major injury then, because that would kind of take care of the whole Taylor Swift.
Oh, she would dump it in her heartbeat.
Yeah.
You got your leg broke. You're not in the NFL anymore. Let me go find somebody else.
No, my problem is that yes, Kelsey he's very good. I think he gets away with a lot. Makes me mad, but I think
he's fraudulent.
I don't think he's a fraud. I mean, he's good. He scores points. Like he catches passes. Right. He's good at that. I feel like somehow if he were gone, they'd still find some asshole to fill that spot.
Well, they have two other good tight ends.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
That would piss me off. But Mahomes is not replaceable.
No.
Because
Carson Wentz is backing him up. And that guy is terrible.
Mahomes is actually on my fantasy team this year. I'm sorry, guys. I can't root for you.
So
I want to beat my brother-in-law.
Something's got to happen. He's got to have an epiphany, and he's just
look and see for it tomorrow.
And he just gets mad. He's like,
maybe I'll find Islam in January.
No, he just says, hey, if Kaepernick's not playing this league, I'm not playing this league.
Well, that would have happened years ago.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm telling you, it's some kind of epiphany thing. It's some kind of...
I'm going with leg fracture. Bones sticking out.
No, he's
freaking noodle arm.
I mean,
yeah.
Can you imagine what Kermit the Frog's voice would sound like when his bones just snap?
Yeah.
And that's recorded and blasted
No.
for everybody to hear?
Starting tomorrow.
My feet are pointing backwards.
Yeah. This is how he makes his statement. He comes out there onto the field. He says, I will not play until Gaza is free. And that is just how it's going to be.
Okay. Broken leg it is.
Yeah, broken leg, yeah.
Oh, you're not cheering for broken leg.
Well, no, I don't want that specifically. I mean, maybe like week 14 we can talk. But right now...
You'd still be in the playoffs this year.
I think maybe to week 14 I'm good. Yeah.
Well, you would need him for your playoff run if you're in the playoffs.
No, he just keeps mad. He's like,
That's not gonna happen.
Well, if you guys are playing
this, stupid. I don't pay attention to my team. Yeah. So anyway,
Definitely.
all right.
Good luck, guys.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Jeffrey.
Go
Broncos.
There we go.